So today we will continue Sutra 47. We'll read Sutra 47. Yo viviktasthanam sevate, yo lokabandham unmulayati, yo nistraigunyo bhavati, yo yogakshemam tyajati. So last time we discussed about being in a solitary place. We are on the topic of who crosses Maya. Kastarati mayam. Who crosses Maya? So in 47 it says, the one who resorts to a solitary place. The one who actually can be alone but doesn't feel lonely. That person can cross Maya. The one who lokabandham unmulayati. The one who's able to uproot bondage. The bondage of the world, who's able to uproot it. Yo nistraigunyo bhavati, one who is able to go beyond the three gunas, because after all, Maya is the three gunas. It is the three gunas, so one who can actually detach from that. So we saw all these three last time. Today we're going to see yo yogakshemam tyajati. So what is this yo yogakshemam tyajati? Tyajati means the one who lets go of what? Yoga kshema. Yoga kshema comes in the Bhagavad Gita. We've also seen it before. Just to give you a brief description, yoga means acquiring that which we desire. That is yoga in this context. And kshema means preserving what we already have. So yoga, acquiring all our desired objects, experiences, relationships, and kshema, preserving it. And our whole life just goes in these two efforts, yoga and kshema. The whole life, whole day goes in that. We're just trying to acquire something or preserve something we already have, maintain it, keep it. And so all our energy goes there and we don't have any energy to do anything else. So the one who crosses Maya is actually the one who's able to let go of all of this. Let go of the want to possess and the want to maintain. Why? Because they surrender everything to Bhagavan. So how is this possible? So there's a story that I'll tell you. I've shared with the Bal Vihar kids also. It's the story of Sena the barber. Now, once there was this barber by the name of Sena. And this barber used to worship Sri Krishna. All the time used to worship Sri Krishna. But he was also the barber of the king. And so one morning, the king's ministers knocked on his door and said the king wants to cut his hair. But at that time, he was doing his puja. So he told his wife that he can't go. And so the wife said, he can't come. He can't make it. And so the neighbor saw this and the neighbor reported to the king and said, Sena is just there. He's praying to God. He could have come to you, but he didn't. And so the king got really, really mad and said, you know what? Go and take Sena. Bring Sena the barber to my kingdom right now. It doesn't matter what happens. And just as he was going to order the ministers to do that, what happens is somebody walks in. Somebody walks in the kingdom. Who is it? It's Sri Krishna dressed as Sena. I'm taking the book now because I want to read this part. It's very beautiful. This is in Mahipati's book, Stories of Indian Saints. Very, very beautiful. It says, knowing what was the king's intention, Narada, the advocate of his bhaktas, took the form of Sena and came to the door of the king's palace. He was the very first being, Narayan, the dweller of the sea of milk, recliner upon Shesha. He, Sri Hari, bringing his bag of barber's instruments, came to the door of the king. He whom Brahmadev and the other gods and the rishis contemplate day and night. He, becoming Sena the barber, approached the king. he whom yogis continually bring their contemplation to, sitting on the beds of spikes, he, seeing the distress in which Sena was, became a barber and went to the king. He, through whom the 10 senses and the intellect and the mind all functions, he, pervader of the universe, cloud of intelligence, never gave consideration to his guise, whether it was high or low. He became the barber. So Sri Krishna actually went to Sena's house, took the barber's bag, all his tools, and went to the king as Sena. And the king was overjoyed to see Sena because now he can have his hair cut and everything. And as Sri Krishna, dressed as the barber, dressed as Sena, was shampooing the hair of the king, fixing his hair and everything, the king said, "You are the best barber. You should only stay with me." And of course, he said, I can't stay with you because I have other things to do also. And then it was time to give the king a massage, oil. So when Sri Krishna was putting the oil, of course, he was in the guise of Sena, he was putting the oil in the cup. It was in a steel cup. The king saw the reflection of Sri Krishna in the cup. But he looked there and he saw Sena. And he looked at the cup, he saw Sri Krishna. And it's as though he got into a meditative state that he's never seen anything like this before. And he just didn't want to leave the barber. He just dazed. He dazed out. He spaced out for hours and hours and hours together. And then finally, it was midday, and the ministers told him, "King, you have to wake up. Now it's mid-afternoon. You have to wake up." And when the king woke up, the barber was there. And the king put gold coins in the barber's bag of instruments. So now what happened was, Sri Krishna went to the house of Sena. He quietly put the bag of instruments with the gold coins inside, and he left. After the barber left the king, he couldn't take it. He couldn't take it anymore. And he said, "Call that Sena. I just want to see that Sena." And so they went to Sena's house. They knocked on his door. And Sena said, "Whoa, okay, I must be in trouble." So Sena got ready in a hurry. He took the bag of instruments and all his barber things. And he went to the king. And the king said, "Sena, where have you been?" The king actually touched the feet of Sena. And everyone was puzzled. Why is he touching the feet? And the king said, "Sena, show me that form again. Show me that form. Take that cup of oil. Take that cup of oil and show me that form." And so Sena was really puzzled. And he put the oil in the cup. And as he put the oil in the cup, the king was looking at the cup and said, "I don't see that form." And Sena said, "What form are you talking about?" The king said, "I saw the form of Krishna in the cup of oil. You came earlier, Sena. You came earlier. When you were holding the cup of oil, I saw Krishna. But now I'm not seeing him anymore." And Sena said, "What do you mean? I never came." And Sena paused for a while and realized that, oh my goodness, that Bhagavan Krishna came as Sena the barber, just so Sena could continue his worship. That great Lord of the universe, that one who sustains everyone, that one who's all-pervading, whom the Vedas speak about, that Sri Krishna came as me, Sena said, as me, to do my work. And he started crying. And the king hugged Sena and said, "It is because of you I had the darshan of Bhagavan." And so with this, Sena, he realized that there were gold coins in the bag. He distributed it to all the poor. And he went back to his home and continued to worship the Lord of his heart, who always took care of him. And now his faith was even firmer and stronger. So why is this story there? Why is this story told? It's because Yoga Kshemam Tyajati means that a seeker is free from worry. Free from worry. There are two things in life. One is worship, one is worry. And where do we belong? Which department do we belong to? We belong in the worship department, not the worry department. That's not our department. That's not our place. Our place is the department of worship. Bhagavan's department is the department of worry, not because he's worrisome, but he takes care of all of our worries. So if we are truly worshiping God, then there will be no worry. So what is the sign that I'm truly, truly worshiping God? It means that I am actually worry-free. And if I have worries, then what does that mean? I'm not worshiping God. Why? Why is that worry coming? Why is it worry? Where am I going to be? How am I going to do this? Why is it coming? It's coming because we lack faith. We lack faith. We haven't built that bond with Bhagavan yet. But if we truly, truly worship Bhagavan, single-pointedly, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, as stated here, then there will not be a single ounce of worry. That bhakta will be ever free. And that Bhagavan will do whatever it takes to come to that bhakta, whatever it takes, even if it means becoming a barber. This person who is worry-free alone can cross Maya. This person can cross Maya. So if there is something in our mind that we're worried about, that we're thinking about, that we keep going on towards, just let it go. Let it go. And let Bhagavan take over completely. Gurudev says something so beautifully. He says, worry is like a rocking chair. It's like a rocking chair because it gives you something to do, but it doesn't take you anywhere. It just gives us something to do. The whole day, it gives us something to do. Makes us tired also. Sometimes people who don't do anything the whole day, they say, I'm so tired. What did you do? Nothing. But they're mentally worried. And this mental worry tires us. It tires us. It makes us grow older very, very quickly. So, our department is the department of worship. And if we truly, truly worship, then there's no worry. Absolutely no worry. Now, who else can cross Maya? Sutra number 48. Yaha karma phalam tyajati. Yaha karma phalam tyajati. Karmani sanyasyati. Karmani sanyasyati. Tato nirdvandvo bhavati. Tato nirdvandvo bhavati. Now these 3 pointers are related. Yaha karma phalam tyajati. The one who gives up the fruits of actions. That's the first one. Karmani sanyasyati. The one who renounces egoistic activities. Tato nirdvandvo bhavati. Free from pairs of opposites. Now, I am not going to talk about this because this we've seen in so many ways and forms, but I will give you some time to discuss this. So what is to be discussed? Number one, how are these 3 related? In this path of Karma Yoga, how are these 3 related? Because these 3 are very, very essential. Each one is highlighting something very important about Karma Yoga. So how are these 3 related? Are they in any order? Does one come before the other one comes after the other? Are they in any order? And number 3, what I want you to discuss is 8 differences, at least 8 differences between karma and Karma Yoga. And explain each, right? So take some time dwell upon these, and then when you come back, we will discuss. And then we will make sure that we're all clear on these three things. Okay? All right.